Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
Dan Gunn, man.
Hey, Dylan, that's a weird intro.
What's on the B-Side today?
We're talking about, so we're all, actually, the B-Side's over a year old. You know that?
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, we've been doing, well, thanks. It can be hard to find something that people don't maybe already know about that's, entrepreneurial or unusual or unique about the city. And it's not to say that there isn't a lot of those stories. It's to say that you got to be discovering one a week. And so we were talking about what are we going to do this week. And just at the last minute, I look online and Jason from Stream of Consciousness in the Sunset Room, he posts, what's it called now? The Sunset Studio, I think. He posted something about a circus. And I was like, circus? So I looked into it, and it's Island Circus Space. So I looked into this a little further, and the guy behind it is Jake West, and I've talked about him on the air before because he's with the Pacific School of Innovation and Inquiry. And I love when we start seeing multiple B-side personalities colliding, right?
Sure,
So Jason's talking about what Jake wants to do. So I first met Jake. He came to me. He was working with Limbic, another company that we've done on the B-side that makes amazing technological things. They most recently did that air horn thing. That's a giant air horn that'll play O Canada that they have to do it out on the water because it's so loud and they want to play it across the country. And they made the singing tree for the DVBA for at Christmas time. And so I first met Jake when I guess it was Justin, the CEO of Limbic, called me. He's like, hey, we're working with a student group from this really alternative school, and they want to put a team together to build something. And they've worked on a number of projects for us. At the ViTech Awards this year, we had these cubes that were sound reactive and touch reactive, and they go through different lightings. That was all made by a high school group at this school that Jake worked with. So Jake, every time I get his emails, his little avatar is like this juggling guy. And very unusual for a high school teacher at an innovation school to have a juggling guy. Turns out he's an avid juggler, like a professional level juggler.
Wow.
And he was looking around, and there's a lot of talent, and a lot of people have been visiting the city, including people from Cirque du Soleil. And when they get here, there really isn't anything for them to do. So he wants to open Island Circus Space, and they're going to have their first performance in April, and they want to build up. They want us to do training in town.
No.
And they're working with Limbic so that there's eye tracking technology. I don't know if it'll be on the audience or on the performers, that the technology in the room will respond to eye movement while these circus performers are doing it. We're talking Cirque du Soleil level, professional, world-class performers working with local people, training local people, working with technology companies to get this thing up and running. And so
this is a big business opportunity for people who want to get in the entertainment world. They come from a background of gymnastics, circus performing, whatever it may be. I mean, there is a Cirque du Soleil university where students go there to learn how to be in Cirque, and then they get a job touring the world.
So, yeah, and their plan is to put on workshops so regular people who are interested can start going in and get the training.
That is so cool.
They want to do more performances and bring, and attract more acts because I still remember, it was a long time ago, somebody said, hey, we're going to this thing called Cirque du Soleil. This was when I lived in Toronto. And I was like, okay. And I walked in, and we were sitting in this big top tent right on the Lake Ontario. And I had no idea what this thing was. It was before you used the internet to find stuff out. You just kind of went to things. And all of a sudden, I was on an acid trip. The lights went dark, and people were speaking in a language that wasn't a language and wearing crazy costumes, and things are spinning over your head, and they were doing amazing physical acts, and it was just a transformative experience. And the idea of getting more of that here, I think, would be an excellent layer to add to our culture here in town. So I'm pretty jacked up about it.
That's really cool, man. Where can people learn more?
Always check thebside.com.
Dan Gunn, thanks, buddy.